Yo, what's up guys, I'm Yannick from the Producer School and this is the ultimate modern techno producer pack. Techno has been there since the beginning of dance music, but it was never as popular as it is right now. INFERNO is there to help you create your next techno track, and even if you haven't made any techno before, then this is the right pack for you. The pack was inspired by names like Reinier Zonneveld, Amelie Lenz, Charlotte de Witte, Space 92, UMEK and many more other techno artists. So what's all included in this pack? First of all, you will find over 120 presets for Serum in there, like leads, basses, acid sounds, sequences and much more. Then there's a sample pack in there which has all the essentials for a techno track, like big kicks, claps, cymbals, FX, basically anything, and also a lot of drum loops like kick loops with the big techno rumble, or top loops like hi-hats and stuff like that. We also put a lot of synth loops in there, especially the 303 loops are really cool. We created them with this little thing over here, which is the Reinier clone of the original Roland 303. Other than that, we also created some loops that we made with the subsequent we have in the back. Project files are also included in the pack. We have 3 of them, both made for FL Studio as well as Ableton Live. INFERNO also contains a vocal pack, which are like 100% royalty free, so you don't owe us anything if you want to use our samples. And then last but not least, we have kick racks in there for FL Studio as well as Ableton, which you can utilize to create a big techno kick. So like basically start with a normal kick and you put the rack on there and then it creates this really big techno rumble kick. If you want to support the pack and our channel, then make sure to click the link over here or use the link in the description. It's always really nice to see you guys using the sounds and being creative with them, so big thank you for that. So that was a short summary of everything that's included in INFERNO. Now I want to show you a quick preview of the 3 project files that are available in the pack. I hope you liked this little preview of the project files. They are amazing to learn from. You can learn the arrangement, mixing, sound selection, and so much more from these projects, which basically gives you an insight in a real techno track. Now let's move on to another thing from the pack, which is the sound bank for Serum, which comes with over 120 presets. I'm just going to pick a few of my favorite presets and show to you guys. So yeah, let's go. I'm going to start off with the most used sound in techno, which is the acid sound based from the Roland 303. And we just create some nice variations and original twists to that sound. Let's just start off with the first one, and this one is called Absence. For all these acid sounds, we link the velocity to some parameters like the cutoff and resonance, and this creates that accent effect. This means when you hit a note harder, so the velocity is higher, you get a different sound, like the filter opens up or the resonance goes higher. So if I press the note softly, it will sound like this, and when I press it harder, also something we did is adding macros to each preset, so you can change up the sound a little bit, like layer it. Acid darker. Enhance. Let's add another layer. Or open up the cutoff. Acid Oblivion was made with the acid wavetable from Serum itself. And it sounds like this. Let's move on to some basses. This first one is called Bang. Bass Codes is a analog inspired bass. Bass Dark Saw is a really big super saw. With a nice rhythm to it. Really big sound. Bass Enemy. Then we have Bass Gods, which is a wide top bass, like the description says, and you can play some nice fast bass lines with it. Then there's an FM bass shot like this. It's really nice to use these bass shots off beat, so not exactly on the kick, but just a little bit before or after it. One of my favorite basses is bass Kronos. It was inspired by the track from Oliver Heldens, or I have to say Hilo. It's this really big, fat saw bass. It's just insane how big this one sounds. Bass Mover has a really cool effect to it, which is when you play a higher note, the LFO rate goes faster, and then when you play a lower note on the keyboard, go slower, which I will show you right now. So that's really low. And then a high note. Now on to the last bass that I wanted to show you, and this one is called Technology. On to the leads, this one is called Arrival. Lead Door was inspired by a Space 92 track. It's not exactly the same because we added our own twist to it, so it's not a perfect remake, but it's still a really cool sound. Lead Filth. at the Produce School, we're big fans of probably one of the biggest techno DJs at the moment, which is Reinier Zonneveld. He's a Dutch techno producer and DJ, and his live sets are just really crazy. This lead is one of the many sounds that was inspired by him. It's a remake from his track Hard Gaan, and it sounds something like this. This lead is super detuned, almost one semitone, but that's the thing that makes this sound unique. Lead Inferno has the same name as the pack. Anyways, this lead was inspired by the track Inferno from Reinier Zonneveld, Carl Cox and Christopher Coe, and it sounds something like this. This is lead Karre. Lead pad is a dirty one. If you want to go crazier with the sound, then check out Macro 2. Then we got lead Planet, which was inspired by Space 92. This one is called Rebel. Then the last lead I want to show you is called White, and it was inspired by Charlotte de Witte. Here are a few plugs. This one is called Black. Plug Destiny. This plug is called Tribe, and it's this percussive sounding plug. Just perfect to create these kind of hypnotic melodies and create some nice atmosphere in your track. Here are some sequences. Sequence Lying. Sequence Relief. I'm just holding in one note, and that's what makes these sequences just really easy. Just hit one note and you got a sequence going on. And then we're already on to the final thing of the presets, which are the synths. This synth is called Bolt, and it is this nice fifth note in there. Synth Glow is perfect for creating pads. And we got some typical techno synth steps. Here's another one. Or this one. And then the last preset is Rave Step 5. We can add some bit crush to it with Macro 2. More analog character or more white noise. And then that's it for the Serum presets. Alright, now I want to quickly go over the sample pack, which has everything you need for your techno track, like ambient sounds, drums, FX, you name it. Let's just start with the first folder, which are the ambient sounds. In the ambient folder, you will find some industrial ambiences, like this one. Just put them underneath your track and you will instantly get that really nice industrial techno sound, which you hear in so many tracks. Then we have some tonal ambiences. Which are some nice like textures to fill up some space in your tracks. Let's move over to the bass shots. We got 20 of them. Most of them are recorded analog. Some of them are made in Serum. Here are some 303 shots. Like that. Then for the drum loops, we have 4 folders: kick loops, percussion loops, ride loops, and top loops. Let's start with some nice kick loops. Percussion loops. Ride loops. And then top loops. Over to the drums, we have claps, closed heads, kicks, open heads, percussion, rides, snares, toms. And that were the drums. I'm just going over them pretty quickly. If you want to have a closer look, then just go to the produceschool.com and you'll find everything on there. Then we got fills, like snare fills. Which you can use to create build-ups with. Over to the FX, downlifters, impacts, we got some random FX in there, like this one, which you can use to add some ear candy to your tracks. And then we got uplifters. And then the last thing available in the sample pack are the synth shots, like these. Let's check out the vocal pack. We got some vocal loops in there, dry and wet, like these.
Ecstasy. Ecstasy.
And then just vocal shots like these.
Acid.
Acid revolution drugs.
Escape from reality.
Industrial. It's rave.
LSD.
Possession.
Real vocals are not a thing in techno, but like these vocal shots can work really well to add some theme to your track, so people can easily like remember it. Now I want to show you something really cool, which are the kick cracks. And these are basically mixer presets that you can use to create a big techno rumble kick. So let's just start off with a basic kick like this. And then when you put the kick rack on there, it will sound something like this. And you can see that it's basically one plugin that I put on there, and it's a patcher, which just has a bunch of effects. We also got some macros, which you can utilize to like change up the sound and shape it how you want it. So we can adjust the rumble length like this. The rumble drive, for instance. Or we can just basically destroy the sound. Or add some punch. And this is just a really fast and convenient way of creating techno rumble basses or kicks, however you want to call it. And we also have this available for Ableton, which I will show you right now. So if we go into Ableton and we load up a kick rack, like the first one, you can see that this one also has some macros, which are really easy to use. So without the kick rack, the kick sounds like this. And then when I turn the kick rack on, it will sound like this. I can also load up kick rack 2, which is a little different. We're definitely gonna make some detailed tutorials on how you can create those kick racks yourself, but this is just a really fast and great way to create your own techno rumble basses. I hope you liked this little overview of the pack. Make sure to drop a comment because we're going to give away the pack to 3 people in the comments. If you want to check out the pack yourself, then go to the link in the description, and any support is always appreciated. For now, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video.